Good morning. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another edition of the Morning Breeze, man. Always rocking with you guys, as always, man. Outside of me, I got my guy, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, in the building.
That's right.
The best show for Chicago.
Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat, the designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Morning Breeze.
Yes, sir.
A lot to get into on today's episode. Dropping FGB, because yet again, it is another Packer week. Can't shake these bastages. Little disrespect coming from Cam Newton, maybe? You be the judge. Cam Newton calls out the entire playoff quarterback class, if we're being honest, outside of a couple of people, calling them game manager.
No, Cam. Okay.
But is that really a bad thing? We'll talk about that. Also, we got a major update here, I guess, per Caleb Williams.
No,
On a Rome Odunze. We'll talk about that as well. And of course, a little shorter week, a little different shift here. So I said shift, S-H-I-F-T.
All right. Okay.
Keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the Green Bay Packers.
Let's get it.
All that and more in today's episode of The Morning Breeze. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do, man. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up on the way in, hit the thumbs up on the way out. Big shout out to y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Mr. Meaty, Jordan JC in the building. How you feeling, Brody?
Oh man, feeling good, feeling great. I don't know about this guy, this former quarterback Cam Newton. I'm gonna need to kind of call him out a little bit today, but I know we'll get to that.
Are we?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
I don't know if we are. I don't know if I'm on call out mode.
Well, I'm calling out.
We'll break it down. There is some parts of his statement that I do look at a little bit sideways, but there's others that I'm not as upset with. We'll talk about all that more in today's episode. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do.
Come on. Push the button. Come on. Push the button. Come on, push the button.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
You heard what she said.
Y'all heard what Sue Young said. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. Stop playing with us, man. Especially y'all come in here, y'all be like, oh, hey, Pat's dropping that content. We're going to have some fun in this thing. And then it'd be like 30 likes with 300 people in here. Like, how the heck is going on here?
Come on, keep up. Come on now.
Hey, man, listen, I know people are looking at us like, well, why the heck are you talking about Cam Newton on a day where the Chicago Bears are in the playoffs? Because Cam Newton on his podcast, I actually do enjoy the Cam Newton podcast.
4th and 1, yeah.
There's always a lot of random yelling and just hypeness on that show, and so
in front of TV,
it feels very familiar.
Having a whole
right?
lot of fun. Okay, all right. Now I just like imitating his friend. He always does like random variations of the same thing to open the show. Just it's hilarious to me. Takes like 30 minutes for him to get started, but whatever.
Have you ever watched this podcast?
The 4th and 1?
No, ours. I feel like it's the same thing.
We're better. I'm just saying. Good, better.
We just didn't play in the NFL. You know what I mean?
Like he's a game manager podcast and we're game changing guys.
Oh, game manager podcast versus game changer. I like that. By the way, over 100 in the show.
No, shout out to Cam. I don't want no smoke.
No, I do. It helps the show. Smoke it up. No, I thought that this was a very interesting topic. He was talking about all the quarterbacks going into the playoffs that are game changers and are game managers. And Caleb Williams fell into that game manager slot. And I've seen people write, oh, Cam, well, who's a manager if he doesn't dive on the football in the Super Bowl? He did win an MVP that season. Who's really a game manager if you can't go out there and beat, who did they lose? They lost to the dead arm of Peyton Manning in that Super Bowl, I believe it was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, if you couldn't beat him, who's the real manager here? And I thought it was very interesting. Now, his reasoning, I don't know if I can go down that path, because he says it's because of the fact that there is a coach who is now without a job twice. By the way, Matt Eberflus was fired yet again.
Oh, boy.
Twice.
Not surprising.
Hey, this comment caught me off guard. Bear Junkie said he looked like he chasing Rocky and Bullwinkle. That's hilarious. Call that man Boris bad enough. But essentially, because a coach was fired while he was the quarterback, he feels like the new system came in, you became a better player. That means that you are a game manager. Now, for me,
Yes.
Jordan JC, I would not disagree that Caleb Williams is showing what he is showing because of the system. I would say that he has always been talented. Even last year with the ugliness, you saw the talent. But how elite he's looked this year at times is because of Ben Johnson helping him scheme things open. I don't think it's solely because of that. I think Caleb Williams' ability to hit Colston Loveland on a dot in the middle of four guys might have something to do with it. I think that his ability to be on the move and hit DJ Moore rolling into the end zone might have something to do with it. But I do give Ben Johnson a ton of credit for what we're seeing. I cannot discredit Ben Johnson in any of this. He looks like a completely different quarterback. But I feel like, can we not say that about just about any quarterback? Heck, can we not say that about Cam Newton, who had multiple OCs and did not always look like the elite player that he did in his MVP season? Now, do we think Cam was a game changer? Sure. Do I think that Cam had the players to be a game changer? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't look at Caleb Williams and discredit him for managing Ben Johnson's system well right now and having those moments where he does. Now, he did say he's a high-end type of player, but we're having those moments where you do peak into elite, especially in the fourth quarter, especially when the game is the most important. Having those moments where you do become a game changer, especially when your team needs you to do that most. So I would agree for the most part that Caleb Williams is a game manager. Most of the games we've seen, he has had to manage the game and kind of just go through the motion because we're coming back in the second half. But in those moments in the second half, it is like he has let off the leash. And I'm not saying Ben Johnson's holding him back. I think maybe he's holding himself back in some ways, or, drops, whatever. There's a bunch of things that have gone into each individual game.
Yeah.
And it has allowed him to change the game at the end of the game. I don't think I have an issue with that. You want to know why? Because it's what we saw from a young Tom Brady in the beginning of his career. Tom was being told, turn around, hand that football off, get out the way. All the way to a Super Bowl. But there were those moments where it was like, Tom, we need you to be on time, on target, get down the field. Boom, here we go. Make the play, make the play, make the play. By the end of his career, we were going, man, this dude makes a lot of plays. This dude's elite. He's a guy that you can't risk giving the ball to at the end of a game. So I'm okay with, I don't even know if I would say it's disrespect that Cam Newton is calling Caleb Williams a game manager, because that is the point for most young quarterbacks. Drake may win the MVP. And can we say that he's been an elite game changer all season?
No.
I think that he's played a lot of bad teams and he's had the opportunity to. That doesn't take away what he's done. You know who else did that? Tom freaking Brady on the way to 6 Super Bowls. Like we sit here and we're like, oh, look at Drake May. He hasn't played anybody. He played Miami. He played a struggling what did he get? The Raiders and like all these like bad teams. Tennessee, he dominated. Yeah, Tom Brady did that a lot of years.
Did that too. Yeah.
Won a lot of rings off of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't take it personally as disrespect towards Caleb Williams. But I do want to hear your thoughts.
You make some valid points, Pat. I'll sit here and say I'm glad you went first, because as I'm hearing you, I'm being a little bit more well-rounded, and I will be reasonable. I'll back off of a little bit of it.
Nah, come full bulldog.
Oh, okay, I'm fine. All right, I'm full meaty.
Whoa.
Dang.
I didn't say that.
I think I just matched you with pause of the year. I think I just matched you with pause of the year. Not only a day later did I match this guy. Don't worry about it. Get back to your post. Good, better, best. I meant to say I was going to go full meaty. Anyway, hey, whatever.
All right.
It, whatever. I don't care. All right. Anyway, my point that I was trying to make before I rudely interrupted myself was that I think that it's not disrespect, but it's a closed-minded way of thinking of Caleb Williams as an entire quarterback. And before I even kind of like went down the rabbit hole of, well, what is a game changer versus a game manager? I had to look it up just so I can make sure that I was exactly on point with what I was thinking. And the best definition I could find, I'm going to read it verbatim. Game-changing quarterback is someone who elevates a team with extraordinary plays, making things happen others cannot. A game manager excels at minimizing the mistakes, interceptions, fumbles, and efficiently executes plays, relying on teammates for big moments, but consistently leads the team to wins without losing or doing anything inefficient. When I look at that definition, I can agree that Caleb Williams has done just that as far as when you talk about game manager. He has excelled at minimizing mistakes. He only had 7 interceptions for the entire season.
Yeah.
He doesn't really turn the ball over. He doesn't really fumble the ball. He doesn't put it in harm's way. I mean, there are moments where, yes, he plays a efficient, safe game. But if you're telling me that is the ceiling for Caleb Williams, you're sadly mistaken. The main reason why he was the #1 pick before you had the first year of Eberflus, we can throw that crap out the window. Bad head coach, bad system, bad offense the first year. At USC, this is exactly what he was doing. He was special. He was extremely special. He had a million off-script plays. His arm talent is few and far between when it comes to the type of quarterbacks you're talking about. And from what Cam is saying, the only 2 game changers that he sees in the playoffs is the possible
Josh
MVP
Allen
and the former MVP, right? Yeah, Josh Allen and possibly Matt Stafford. And so when I'm looking at them, you're telling me that Caleb doesn't have the game and the arm talent that they do? You haven't seen special plays and off-script plays and extraordinary plays throughout the season, like the throw to Olamide Zaccheaus versus the Green Bay Packers, where he fitted through a pin needle past Keyshawn Nixon into Olamide's hands. Like, how many quarterbacks have the guts to even do that? Or the throw to DJ Moore from the sideline over 2 defenders. Like, there's so many examples of Caleb Williams being a game changer and actually putting the team on his back and leading them to wins, having the most comeback wins, mind you, that I can't sit here and say that he is only a game manager. I do like the fact that as a quarterback, in order to win consistently in this league, as you mentioned, the standard is Tom Brady. Like, you gotta make the boring look easy, and it has to be consistent. I'm not going to sit here and say that Caleb has to throw 50-yard bombs every single attempt. But what I am saying is that you can't limit him to saying he's just that type of quarterback. He is extremely special, and he's showing it.
Here's my only pushback that I would give, right? There's 17 games in a season. Of those 17 games, how many quarters do we think that Caleb Williams has truly been a consistent game changer? I would say probably about 20 to 25.
So a quarter of the season, about.
I would say I'm just saying, like, like fourth quarter, third quarter, like where you truly see Caleb with a couple of third and fourth quarters in there, mostly just fourth quarter play, where you truly see like this dude is not normal. I would say majority of the season has been manager. Now, with that being said, I'd rather you do that in the fourth quarter. As a second-year quarterback, I would rather see you become a game changer, change your game. I would rather see you elevate your game in the most important moment of the game. But I would lean more towards Caleb has just kind of tried to manage his way through a lot of these games to get to that point where for some reason, all of a sudden he goes Super Saiyan. And I don't understand why that's disrespectful. I don't get why that's we realize Brock Purdy has gone to 2 Super Bowls being a manager, right?
That
like
is
we
true.
can clearly see it. Brock Purdy is not the same quarterback when his slate of weapons aren't on the field. It's okay. Nobody's beefing with him. He's the freaking what are they? The 4th seed. What they end up landing? They are the San Francisco. He's the 6th seed on a 12-5 football team where he was banged up for most of the year. Comes back in. They start winning. They become one of the most high-powered offenses in football when he's got George Kittle and
McCaffrey,
CMC out there, and he starts helping Jawan Jennings become one of those really good. Like he needs his weapons around him. That's okay. He's winning. Like for some reason, we look at game manager and we all go, oh, he's Bryce Young. No. All game managers ain't made the same, just like all game changers aren't made the same. I would agree with Cam Newton. Josh Allen's a game changer. You know what Josh Allen isn't?
I do agree. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes.
True. Absolutely.
You know what Josh Allen isn't? 37-year-old Matthew Stafford. And Josh Allen's the MVP. Like for some reason, it's become this, if you're in this tier or you're in this category, you're the best of the best. And yeah, you are, but that don't mean that you are the best. Nobody would ever sit here and tell you. I mean, listen, Phillip Rivers was probably a game manager throughout his career, just came back.
I could see that, yeah.
There's people that argue that Phillip Rivers should be in the Hall of Fame. Eli Manning was a game manager. Eli Manning got 2 of them things. And beat Tom Brady to get him. Joe Flacco, game manager, Super Bowl. The job is managing the game. I would love to have Pat Mahomes, and maybe it feels like Caleb Williams is trending towards being one of those guys. But we have thrown such a level of disrespect, as much as we go at Kid, right? And say, oh, you love Kirk Cousins. He was arguing Kirk Cousins yesterday.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins did a lot in this league. Like, Kirk Cousins' numbers are kind of crazy.
No, they're good. They are good.
Like, Kirk Cousins can be, now, do he got the playoff wins? No. Does he have but like, when you look overall at what Kirk Cousins did in this league, like, what's his total numbers? Like, Kirk Cousins has almost, I think he's only had 1 season since he's been a full-time starter under 4,000 yards. He's got 44,000 passing yards, 298 touchdowns, and 131 interceptions. That's pretty good. But
you know what, Pat? Just even to your point of using Kirk Cousins, that's where I think the argument starts for, a quarterback like that can put up that type of production, but when the lights are the brightest, what has he done? Has he come through? That's where I see, okay, that's why you can sit here and say, oh, the mid-quarterback debate or the game manager debate versus a game changer. And sure, we haven't seen Caleb in the playoffs. We talked about it last podcast about this is now the time to see whether or not Caleb can actually be the Iceman, actually step up to the plate and deliver when your name is needing to be called time and time again. This is a one and done, new season, right? And so he hasn't had that experience yet. What will he show? Will he show that he can lead his team to victory? that to me shows that you can elevate yourself over being just called a game manager, even though I understand sometimes it does take the boring plays and the 5-yard passes and the
Literally
dump off.
most of the time.
Sure.
You
And
know who's
relying
a
on your
Hall of
run game.
Famer and it was mostly boring plays? Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Like, it's not,
that's
again, I don't see it as disrespectful. Again, just like I said, this ranks and game changer. We bring up Kirk Cousins. Give me Brock Purdy. Purdy a game manager. Yeah, better game manager than Kirk Cousins was.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Because in the fourth quarter, when I need you to manage the game to a win, you do it. So maybe it's just me. Maybe I didn't see it as disrespectful. I thought the coach firing thing was weird. He's like, oh, well, he got his coach fired. I think when people say stuff like that, that's when I understand that you're not locked into what's happening city by city.
Mm-hmm.
And more than likely, you probably didn't pay attention to a team that sucked. Because Drake May's play did nothing to get Gerard Mayo fired. In fact, people were like, yo, I think Drake May is pretty freaking good.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gerard Mayo's really holding him back. People looked at Matt Eberflus and said, yo, I think Caleb Williams is really freaking good. I think that Matt Eberflus and Luke or Shane Waldron might be holding him back. Both were true. So the coach firing thing for me, like that's a weird caveat to throw on whether somebody's a game changer or a game manager. Because if we being real, and by the way, this was all prefaced on going into this playoffs. But if we being real, that means that Matthew Stafford was a game manager all his time in Detroit. And I never believed he was. I thought Matthew Stafford was a dog. I thought literally he had dog water around him.
Just muddy puddles, huh?
Bro, I remember just watching Stafford and I was like, yo, if he ever lead this team, bro, he might actually be a problem.
Yeah.
The second he left, Super Bowl.
Yeah. Won the game. Yeah.
But I literally remember just watching Matthew Stafford all those years just going, he's such a good quarterback. They suck.
I want to extend just this briefly, this conversation out to what you mentioned just now about how sometimes even the quarterback and sometimes they're not the reason that they get their coach fired. I think that another part of what we're not really looking at that could make a quarterback a game changer versus a game manager is the head coach that they're paired up with. And because we have the connection of Caleb and Ben Johnson, can we also say by extension that Ben Johnson is a game managing head coach versus a game changing head coach? When you look at his resume and his experience as an offensive genius, being the number one touted coach that everybody wanted that was on the market before he chose the Chicago Bears, everybody knew that he was a guy that, hey, and as you even mentioned, they're going to continue to pile on and put points on the board. He has all of these different just maniacal plays in his mind and ways to dot you up and open up plays or open up spaces for his wide receivers and creating, holes for the run game and all these different run schemes that are excellent. Is that a game-changing head coach? By my definition, I would say Ben Johnson is a game-changing head coach versus a game-managing head coach like Matt Eberflus. And so when you pair that type of head coach up, bad
game-losing head coach.
Game-losing, yeah.
Fired again.
Bro, it's done. Somebody's going to pick him up, but he should.
I don't know, bro. They might be like, hey, dog, you get to just give nicknames to players and we'll give you $1,000.
Yeah, you can do. Look, man, go to Cancun. Just take a break. That's all I say. But that's my whole point, is that the connection between the coach and the quarterback here in Chicago is special. And so that's why I think the ceiling, even with them two paired up, is beyond just game managing. I think Ben Johnson has done a good job of instilling the layups and the boring into Caleb. He's teaching him how to be okay with that. And you've seen that week after week, him getting better at that, the accuracy and being okay with dumping the ball off. But there's still more to it that Caleb can do. There's still special in him, which is why I think he's a combination of both. And that's where I just want to put the respect on Caleb's name, is that I think he is a game manager and a game changer.
One thing, a couple of super chats we got in. I mean, just
Yes, sir.
y'all are going crazy in the comments.
Appreciate
Phenomenal
y'all,
here.
man.
Intel Kenvo said, I'll never trust anyone who dresses like they hold Gotham City for ransom on weekends. Pay Cam no attention. Listen, close aside.
Gotham.
Close aside. Cam has played the position at a high level.
He has.
He has been an MVP.
Yeah.
He has been to a Super Bowl. I put
Yeah.
a lot of respect. And listen, he went to a Super Bowl literally just going, get on my back.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a game-changing quarterback.
True.
I think the injuries just robbed him of the full future that maybe he could have once had. But he was a game-changer. So I'm not going to say don't pay Cam attention. I don't even know if I disagree with Cam. I just disagree with how he got to some of the processing. For the most part, I kind of do agree with Cam.
I can vibe with that. That's a good
the coach thing is random to me. Like, coaching matters. In fact, he should understand that coaching matters. Was he not with? Maybe he wasn't. No, he was. Wasn't he with Josh McDaniels for a year too?
Yeah, with
And you saw some of his solid quarterback play. I believe he was with Josh. I might be wrong on
with
that.
Belichick.
With Belichick. I thought Josh had come back by then. I might be wrong on that though. Brandon Green with the super chat said Caleb is a game-changing game manager.
There you
These
go.
categories are not mutually exclusive. Yes. That's the real bottom line. The categories are not mutually exclusive. And that's really how I look at this.
Same. Yeah.
You want to talk about somebody. Now, there are some all-game game changer. Aaron Rodgers was an all-game game changer. I would say Tom Brady, all-game game changer. Pat Mahomes, an all-game game changer. I'll throw Josh Allen in there. Throw Stafford in there now. I think that there are also some game-changing game managers that manage the game for most of the time and say, you give me 6 plays that I need to hit, I'm going to hit them.
Mm-hmm.
So, let us know how you guys feel in the comments below. Be down there talking with you guys. Whether you take Cam's comments as disrespect.
They are active in the chat today.
Or do you kind of agree with it? Well, listen, you bring up the one thing I try not to do is just bring up like what's the kind of topics. If you're in the chat today, make sure that you tune in. We do this Monday through Friday every morning. Make sure that you're in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, drop a message down below. We'll drop a link for the Discord for you so that you can join the Discord so you get notified every time we go live. I don't live off of the beef and off of the drama, and I can't do the clickbait titles where it's just like, the Chicago Bears get a superstar pass rusher who will kill somebody, and then it's like a practice squad player. I can't do it. You know what I mean, bro? I don't have it in me. I get tired. I tried it. I ain't even gonna act like I ain't try it, bro. Like I was this offseason, I was like, oh, that's the path. That's what people want. And I started doing it, and I was like, I can't even lie to these people like this, bro. Like,
Myles Garrett to the Bears? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark.
Now that I'll do, because I think that that's an actual question with excitement. Could Myles Garrett come to the Bears? Guess what I'm going to do when Max Crosby is available?
Dang right.
Max Crosby to the Bears. Because I think the Bears might get Max Crosby. I thought the Bears were going to go after Myles Garrett.
I did too. I'll be honest with you. I did too.
But it gets tough when you sitting there and you like, I see some of these shows and listen, they come up at the top. I ain't got no beef with nobody. So get your ducats. We doing great over here at the break.
Somebody said you fired shots at someone in particular, but no, we're not doing that.
Ooh. There's a bunch of people that do that. It wasn't nobody in particular.
Yeah, no, I'm just
like literally when I search Chicago Bears, it's just like, this is the biggest thing of all time. And then you click on it and it's like, Caleb Williams had breakfast today. Like, I have a tough time doing that. So
he had a fruit cup and oatmeal.
If you don't know, we do this Monday through Friday. We always in here. You can always come in and hang out, man. We got more Bears content that we got to talk about today, as well as Caleb Williams breaking his own news yesterday in the press conference. So we got to talk about that. And of course, our keys to a Chicago Bears victory. All that and more coming up next. But first, we do got to hear a word from I muted myself. Phenomenal sponsors over at Aura.
Appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the show. Today's episode of the podcast is brought to you by Aura. Have you ever done a Google search on your own name? You'd be surprised what pops up. Your full name, email address, home address, health records, your relatives. It's all out there. And that's why I've been using Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out requests just for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it protects me from hackers who could use that information to help them access my social media, bank accounts, and other sensitive information. It's really simple to set up. I don't have to download several apps or go to things like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft, but you can get all of that in one place with Aura. I get everything at one affordable price as well. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like leaving the front door locked while leaving the back door and windows wide open. For you to be able to take advantage of Aura, we got a special deal for you here today. Stop data brokers from exposing your personal information. Go to my sponsor at https://aura.com/the Windy City. Again, that is aura.com/the Windy City to get a 14-day free trial and see how much of your information is being sold. Breeze Nation, what is good? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Ladies and gentlemen, we got merch. That's right. New website, new merch, all out. We've been telling you guys to pull up on us. Now you can at twcbreeze.com, where you can find out all of the latest stuff going on. What all can they find there, Super Producer?
Listen, you can join the nation, sign up to our mailing list, and be up to date for events and news. You can also visit the shop page and order merch, because we have t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got mugs, we got hats, we got all kind of stuff. So, hey, we appreciate you being tuned in with us. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on all our socials. Check us out at twcbreeze.com.
He's way too excited.
I am.
Welcome back. I gotta get Joel to change that music. It don't hit as much not around Halloween. Around Halloween, it was like, oh, we got bangers. Now it's kind of just like, all right. Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. If you have not done so, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, man. Hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified every single time we go live. I don't know if it actually happens because people tell me all the time they don't get notified. So just make sure that you check the channel every single day because we drop content every single day. Stay tapped in with us, man. Appreciate y'all for showing love. We just talked about the Cam Newton topic. I had a great conversation on it, I think. And I mean, it's just, by the way, we got to give a shout out. Who did you say said that? It was like, I must be doing the clickbait topics and they be having, be like, Caleb Williams has breakfast. It's like, but Pat, it's a well-rounded breakfast. That was hilarious.
Well-rounded breakfast. I got to find it real quick.
That one got me. That was elite.
Silver Harvest.
Silver Harvest. Shout out to you. That had us dying in the break, man. But no, man, real excited about the playoffs coming up and the game, whether he's a game manager, whether he's a game changer. Can he be a game winner this week coming up? And he's getting some help, it seems like. Jordan JC. Caleb Williams calling his own breaking news.
All right.
As the update on Rome Odunze seems to be that this young man is going to play. We saw that he was limited yesterday in a Wednesday walkthrough. There's only going to be a Thursday and Friday practice. But what Caleb Williams said yesterday at the podium when asked about Rome was essentially they told him, hey, man, you got to take the time. You got to get yourself healthy. And he's excited to get Rome back on the field this week and to be able to go out there and help the team make plays. You don't often hear a quarterback call. We've seen this twice now this year. Remember C.J. Gardner-Johnson did this with Jalen Johnson. Like, can't wait to see him on the field this Sunday.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams kind of letting it slip a little bit as well that Rome Odunze going to be out there. Although this kind of feels like, remember in, what was that, Jurassic Park with Star-Lord? I can't think of his name. Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, and he was like, I think I know what the dinosaurs mixed when you're like an hour into the movie, and you're like, it's clearly mixed with Raptor. Like, we all knew this was, why have we prolonged this so long? It kind of felt like that. Felt like you were getting Rome back this week anyway. Ben Johnson said that Rome Odunze, earlier in the season, said Rome Odunze will be back to help us this year. There is no more this year if you lose this game. So I assumed he was going to be back. With Rome coming back, though, Jordan JC, I ask you this.
Yeah.
When you hear Caleb Williams' comment, it sounds like he is excited to get back his number one wide receiver. But is he getting back the number one wide receiver? Does Rome Odunze come back?
Very good question.
And regain that top slot that we all kind of saw him take? I mean, early in the season, it was him and it was Caleb. But then it started to fall off. And I wonder if that was because of the injury, where Caleb literally was like, get yourself healthy because I'm going to need you in the playoff.
Even though we know that injuries are a part of the game, and of course, it's unfortunate. You don't want to see Rome go down. I think that left the door open for players like Holston Loveland and Luther Burden to really kind of catapult themselves into getting comfortable and getting that production up even more of a tick with Caleb Williams, getting more of a camaraderie with Caleb Williams. And so if you ask me, will he be the number one receiver coming back, or is he the number one receiver? Is he capable of being a number one receiver? I say yes. But will he coming back into the playoffs? I think that's a matter of how they go about the play scheme and the offensive play calling, because now you have so many different options that have become so reliable, and that's a good thing, that you can't pinpoint or key in on one person. Luther Burden has essentially catapulted himself to being the number two receiver on this team at the very least. He has number one potential, and he's shown it time and time again when he's on the field before he got hurt. Rome Odunze is a number one type of receiver. And so do I think that he'll get the bulk of the receptions or the attempts, the targets? Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't, though, because as we've seen, I believe there was a stat where Caleb Williams has thrown to over six or seven people that have a certain amount of receptions or catches for the year.
Oh, you're talking about how everybody's stats line up?
Yeah, it's like everybody's like very, very like even when it comes to the balance of this offense, that no one player, no one receiver stands out where he's the guy, the 1,400-yard guy versus the 600-yard guy. Everybody has about 700 or so yards, and that's what's really special about this team.
You want to hear these numbers here, Jordan JC?
What you got?
Targets. Remember when you were the stat guy? That was great. Targets for Colston Loveland, 82 receptions, 58, 713 yards. Remember when people were crying about Tyler Warren? Jordan.
Exactly. Hey. I love our player. I didn't know who he was. Okay, I admit.
You gotta look through the draft. I was like, yeah, it's not a bad pick. It's just not expected. That was hilarious at the draft party. Everybody was like,
Yeah. Literally everybody. Who's this?
He has 6 touchdowns on the season. DJ Moore, he's got 85 targets. He's got 50 catches. He's got 682 yards. He's got 6 touchdowns on the season. Rome Odunze, he's got 90 targets, which is crazy because he ain't played in 5 weeks. So you want to talk about somebody being a number one wide receiver. But unfortunately, listen, 44 drops, or 44 receptions, I should say, 661 yards. He's got 6 touchdowns on the season. 60 targets for Luther Burden. Came on late. He's got 47 receptions, 652 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns on the season. I thought Luther had more there. Cole Kmet, 48 targets, 30 receptions, 347 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns on the season. OZ, 65 targets, 39 receptions, 313 yards. He's got 2 touchdowns on the season. The ball is getting spread around. I love it.
A lot.
I love it. Remember when it was DJ or bust?
Yes. DJ or Byron Pringle. Yeah. Those days.
Byron Pringle.
Lord have mercy.
You son of a, why'd you remind me of Byron Pringle? I had to sit there and try and hype that up in the offseason.
Oh man, I was excited coming from KC. Yeah,
I wasn't excited. I just remember like seeing him and being like, maybe he could finally be unlocked. Look at him smiling.
He's speedy. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that didn't
bad.
work. But that's my point: is that you have 4 to 5 guys, including the running backs, by the way, that are able to catch the ball and do something with it, be special with it. And so for me, it's not a matter of he needs to be the number 1 receiver coming back. It's just a matter of how will you implement him in the game plan for this week. I think it's a week-to-week basis on who's the guy, which is why Ben Johnson is a game-changing head coach. Because you can use this guy and you can use that guy, and you just don't know who he's going to pinpoint, who he's going to put the focus on. We just had a Colston Loveland game of 13 targets and 9 receptions. So that could be DJ this game. That could be, Luther Burden this game. We don't know. So I just love the fact that he's back. And you got it, as I mentioned before, you need all hands on deck for this game. And so it's good that Caleb, might have broke that news.
You want to know my favorite part about it too? When you talk about what all these receivers have done, I mean, like, you usually talk about one guy being the explosive receiver on this team. Average yards per catch, Colston Loveland, 12.3. Average yards per catch, DJ Moore, 13.6. Average yards per catch, Rome Odunze, 15. Average yards per catch, Luther Burden, 13.9. Average yards per catch, I don't know how he got there, falling down, but 11.6. OZ, 8. Swift, 8. Manungai, 9. Jade Walker, 14.5.
Forgot about Jade. Yeah.
Jade, all day Jade, baby. That's all day Jade. You are, listen, you got
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
My legs.
You want to know what's funny? I remember seeing him do that and being like, man, I probably could do that. And I was like on my porch trying it. And like, I caught a glimpse of myself. You see your reflection in like the mirror on a sunny day. I said, you are 30 years old.
Get your tail back in the house.
It's so stupid. Sometimes you got to tell yourself.
Juby slide or something, whatever.
Sometimes you got to tell yourself. Sit your stupid. What are you doing?
Too old now.
You have 2 dogs, 2 babies, and a mortgage.
2 dogs and 2 babies.
You have a wife.
That's hilarious. No,
I am not attempting football.
I'm not attempting the Juby slide anytime soon. Not at all.
JC, how'd you tear your ACL? I was trying to Juby slide after catching a steak. Let's get to this, Jordan JC, to finish out the show. Let us know how you guys feel. Do you think that Rome comes back and fits right back into being the number 1 in this system? There's a possibility. Like, if he's healthy and he's ready to go, he's the one piece the Packers haven't seen this year.
Mm-hmm.
Packers have had an answer for everybody else. By the way, Trayvon Diggs is on this team. Y'all remember that?
Oh, and he killed him when he played against the Cowboys.
I remember how that went. A little double move. Oh, there he goes. Oh, boy. Bye-bye. Let's hope that works out this week.
Another reason why I'm tired. I want Rome to come back. I'm tired of seeing him on the sideline looking like a version of that 70s show. I'm getting sick of just seeing him jumping up and down with the
you know what it is,
this
too?
way and that way.
It is, because they're like slow motion. The picture it does kind of look like hanging out down the street.
Like, come on, Rome. Get it together. Look at this.
Hey, man, let's get to our keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the Green Bay Packers playoff edition. Drop an FGB in the chat. We need FGBs all throughout the chat. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, showing love as always. Hit the like button, subscribe to the page. Let's jump straight into it, Jordan JC. As always, we give our keys every single week, and this is the 3rd time that we'll be playing the Green Bay Packers this season. The 4th time we'll be playing, well, I guess the 1st time we'll be playing the Green Bay Packers this year. 3 times last year, 1 time this year.
Yeah.
When you look at what this Packers team brings to the table, Jordan JC, what is your first key to a Chicago Bears win over the Green Bay Packers?
For me, it needs to be Ben Johnson. Third key to a victory over the Packers. It needs to be Ben Johnson locking in on the details. You saw him at the end of the game. He mentioned it on the camera. He said, "I should have went for it on that 4th down instead of giving the ball and putting the game out of control and out of our hands in order to make the last play against the Lions." That, I think, will never happen again. I think Ben Johnson is a coach that can learn from his mistakes and really hone in on the details. And so for me, I think Ben Johnson has to make sure, getting off the bus, that he's locked in, he's focused, and that he does what he usually does. He goes for those plays. He takes chances, and more times than not, it works out. And so I need a confident Ben Johnson ready for this Saturday football game.
Yeah, listen, I think that what we saw from Ben and what we've seen all season, I think even Ben is not happy with his decision making at the end.
No.
And if we're being honest, maybe the end of the last two games. I mean, he's gone big and gone home in the last couple of games, and it has bit him in the backside. Shout out to RB Catcher. He said, your boy trying matcha for the first time. Let me know if you're a matcha guy.
I'm a matcha guy
now.
I'm a matcha guy.
Yeah. I'm not a matcha guy. Matcha's gross, bro. Stop drinking chalk.
You got to add the right things to it.
Stop drinking chalk, bro. Stop drinking chalk.
Yeah, just add a little flavor to it. It gets going.
When you got to say add a little flavor to it, it's not good, bro. Literal doo-doo water.
All right, whatever.
My third key to a Chicago Bears victory, we talked about it earlier in the week. You got to find a way to establish the run. You just do. And early in this game, not late, not figuring it out in the second half. First half, you have to find a way to establish in the run. And in establishing the run, that does still play a part in Caleb Williams. It doesn't mean turn around, hand the football off when they know it's coming. Run. You all right over there? Run. It's not that.
Yeah.
You got to complete quick third down passes. Receivers, don't drop the football. Colston Loveland, Luther Burden, on easy plays that Caleb Williams is putting the ball right in the breadbasket, and you got to bring that in. Establishing the run could also be, hey, we ran the football really hard on 2 plays. We're still in the 3rd and 3. We're in a passing situation. Now, Ben Johnson, in establishing the run, if you're averaging 4.8 yards per carry, maybe keep doing that. Maybe keep turning around and handing that football off. But there has to be a relationship there. It can be, and you have a 16-play drive, and 13 of those 16 plays are run plays. But those 3 pass plays have to be on point.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that is the biggest key early in this game. You establish the run early. I feel really good about what the Bears are going to be able to do. What's your second key, Jordan JC?
Second key to a Bears victory over the Whackers for this Saturday.
What are they doing? Don't let mom walk in.
Slackers. They need to, and you mentioned it actually, it was going to go to the drop passes. You saw how many they had this past game versus the Lions. There needs to be a very low amount of that, if none at all, please, because and whether that's a product of obviously the wide receivers making sure that they're focused in on catching the ball before turning and looking up the field for their route or whatever the case may be, or if it's Caleb needing to take a little bit off of his fastball when you're throwing it to Luther Burden 2 inches away for a possible first down,
that ain't changing this year. I'm sorry. Yes, that's a next year issue. We gonna have to figure out.
I'm hoping that Caleb looks at the tape and is like, yeah, maybe I need to just flick it a little bit less with less violence. His fastball is something else. But that's my thing, is the drop passes need to be limited in this game, because you had a lot of opportunities to move up the field if that wasn't the case in pivotal moments. And so we don't need to see that in a pivotal game.
Yeah, listen, I would agree. I think the drop passes is definitely an issue. My second key coming into this game, for the love of God.
For the love of God.
For the love of God. Please. Dang. For the love of God. Find somebody that can play in the slot. Whether it's Kyler Gordon, whether it's Tyreek Stevenson, who I don't know if there's beef or what at this point. If it's Jalen Johnson. If it's Nick McLeod, find somebody who can play in the slot. Hold on, JC. Amon-Ra just caught another pass.
Oh. There it is.
Like, it was so bad. Rewatch it. That may be some of the worst tape I've watched all season. And I watched the 52 to 21 game. I mean, just every play. Shut up.
You don't like that, do you? The little mocking.
I don't like you disrespect. First off, you disrespecting Kobe.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, let's not disrespect Kobe.
Yeah. Yeah.
First off, you disrespecting Kobe. Second off, you trying to disrespect our thing. Yeah, you're doing a little too much for me. Doing a little too much for me. And I'm not going to forget the fact that you scored a touchdown this year. He had a couple of weird celebrations, bro. Remember the one touchdown? He just started shaking his cheeks.
Yeah. I try not to remember that one.
What was that? And then the other one, he like pointed up at Donald Trump, starts hitting the dance, and they stopped winning immediately. I don't know if that's because of it, but it was like, you got some weird takes on celebrations this year, bro.
Calm down on that.
Why are we shaking cheeks after tutties? Like, but Caleb getting never mind.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, bro, like, yeah. But for me, just find a way to really slow them down in the slot. Dennis Allen, that's really who you got to look at in that situation. He has to be the answer. He has to find an answer. And yes, you have to have the execution on the field. But Jaquan Brisker said it. They out-schemed us. And I don't believe that was calling out the scheme. Some people tried to say, oh, he's calling out the scheme. I don't believe he was calling out the scheme. But I do think that if there was a clear hole in the middle of the field, and they took advantage of it as much as possible.
Yeah. My
final key.
First and foremost, most important key to a Bears victory over FGB this Saturday is going back to your point about Dennis Allen and this defense. They need to find a way to step up and limit the production. And in particular, I want to pinpoint the crosser routes that killed us last game. The mesh routes as well. Like those two are that's what I'm going to be looking for when it comes to how they handle that, especially with Kyler Gordon returning and CJ going down, and then also you're really relying on Nahshon and Jalen Johnson. And right now, to be honest with you, they've been getting exposed when it comes to those routes. Whether it's Jalen Johnson not really being 100% and you know his lateral movement and his speed, his movement has been very, very slow, or Nahshon Wright just getting killed on double moves and not really, locking into his man. Like, those are the things that I want to see really get tightened up. That middle of the field and those crosser routes, you need to eliminate that as much as possible. Otherwise, you're going to be in a shootout with Jordan Love, because as much as I don't want to admit it, he is very good at getting the ball out quick, and he's accurate when he has time in the pocket.
Yeah, listen, and unfortunately, he's going to have time in the pocket because this Bears defense cannot get to him. So, not to disrespect your key, but my final key is on Caleb Williams. You got to come in early. You got to make plays early. You have to be on time, on target early. The second the game starts, because you're probably going to need to be in a shootout. I think by the time we get to the end of this game, it is going to be a hard-fought Bears-Packers bloodbath, very similar to Crimson and Jimmy Hoffa in the chat.
Oh, yeah, back and
There's
forth.
just going to be insults and disrespect thrown both ways.
That's right.
There's going to be a smoking pistol at the end, and one team's going to be left standing.
Smoking gun. Yeah.
And the hope is that it is the Chicago Bears, because these are two teams that know each other extremely, extremely well.
Yeah.
You played the Packers 4 times in just outside of a calendar year. Literally 4 times in one calendar year, just outside of one calendar year. We won the final game last year on January 5th. 5th? 6th? 5th.
Yeah, Lambeau, and then lost.
And it's January 7th, and we play them in a couple of days here.
Yeah.
There's nothing you guys don't know about each other. You know every combo they can throw at you. They know every uppercut you can throw at them. It's going to come down to who's the last man standing. And you can only be in the fight if you swing back. And Caleb, you got to swing back early. Now, we do know Jordan Love is prone to second half playoff collapses. But I don't want to bank on that in this game. Would love to see a team that comes out ready to play early in the game. But I don't know if we'll get that, because we haven't had that all year. There's some things that may not be fixed this season. And while I feel good about where the Bears are at, I do feel like the Bears are the better team in this game. Playoffs. Like I think the Rams are going to do ungodly things to the Panthers.
Unholy.
I mean, unwholesomeness. I mean, Call Reverend Jesse Jackson for the things that are going to happen to the Panthers. But the Panthers might win.
Jesse Jackson. Yeah.
That's how the playoffs go. We did this before. We were the team that was like, oh, we got them. We going to kill these mugs. Well, we played the Panthers in 2005.
Yep. This is Steve Smith
Steve
just ran
Smith
all over.
is still catching passes on Peanut Tillman.
To this day.
To this day. So let's hope that we find a way to win this game, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, those are our keys to a Chicago Bears victory over the Green Bay Packers. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow with more content for you guys. Be back today as well with more content. We'll be back today. No, I'll be at a Blackhawks game.
Oh, enjoy that.
At a Blackhawks game. We'll get something out to y'all. A couple clips or something from a episode, or get a quick update out there. We'll find a way to get it done. But hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, for Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, it is your boy Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. Bed down. One love. Tell your mom. I said what up. Peace.
Shout out Dan Tanner in the chat, man.
Dan Tanner in the building. Tanner, I'm not avoiding your calls, bro. I just been busy the last couple of days.
Silver Harbor says, since Toyotathon is over, you can't use that excuse. Jordan Love's not going to be the same.
Oh, here we go. He's back down to earth.
Oh, boy.
Let's hope so. I would love for Jordan Love to return to his true form.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?